this takes a big level of maturity. This is a big grown-up conversation. It takes a lot of maturity to be able to actually breathe and decide that what is happening outside is only here to serve us, is only here to help us.
Welcome to the Energy Upgrade Podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Grutman. And if you are a high-achieving woman, a successful entrepreneur, an inspiring entrepreneur, or just a woman with kick-ass big dreams, you're in the right place. If you value your energy, your health, if you want to be a biohacker, tap into longevity, if you want to raise the impact you have in this lifetime, you're going to have a lot of fun around here. As a second-time seven-figure business creator, certified health practitioner, and soul biohacker, I'm here to reconnect you to your energy, to the soul of your business, and to your superpowers. Let's go. Welcome home.
And I'm recording this episode on a very special day. Today, when I'm recording this, we are November 6th, and the results of the US elections were announced this morning. And oh boy, was the energy in the collective running wild. I couldn't help but want to record an episode, not only because I do believe that this is a very important point in time, but also because I have been able to witness some things and contemplate and reflect on some topic, especially of personal power and sovereignty. And so I just thought, you know what? I'm going to come open my mic, have a quick chat about this because, of course, today we get to witness this, but it's a conversation that we need to have more and more with ourselves. And in fact, more than ever with the results of this election. It's hard to believe that the Energy Upgrade podcast will soon be reaching 100 episodes. Can you believe it? And the fact that you are still here week after week with a growing community just blows my mind. And so for that reason, I have prepared a very fun contest. If you leave a 5-star review on the Energy Upgrade on Apple Podcasts, you screenshot it and send it to me and my team via DMs on Instagram at Vanessa Grutman, you will be entered into the draw of a 7-day liver detox protocol. Now, we will be drawing multiple protocols because we want this gift to keep on giving. Not only are you getting high value episodes here week after week, but now we also want to thank you for showing up. And we want to thank you for sharing the love, because when you leave a 5-star review, not only am I able to receive and read your comment, but also other women are able to find the powerful information that we share here. And this is so important in order for us to raise our light, to rise in our power, and in order for this community to keep growing so that we can create the change we want to see in the world. I thank you so much for being here, and thank you for considering participating into this celebration and this fun contest. It will be running until the end of the year, so don't wait. Leave your review today. Send me a screenshot so that you can be entered into the draw. My team will be reaching out to all the winners every week. Thank you and good luck. First and foremost, I do want to preface this by saying that this is not going to be political whatsoever. This episode, actually, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to mention any results. I'm not going to mention anything because that's the point. It has nothing to do with that. What I want to bring up today is an opportunity to reflect on how you felt. Whether, I know most people listening to this podcast are living in North America. So whether you were directly impacted by being a US citizen or whether you felt really impacted being up north here in Canada, because of course, we're always following what the US does. I want you to reflect on how you reacted. Now this episode is going to air in about a week. So how did you react when the news dropped, when you saw the results? And I want you to be really honest with yourself and take a time to check in on, was there any judgment? Was there any judgment in the people close to you for their beliefs, for the decisions they took, for the choices they made? Because here's an opportunity for you to reflect on something critical. And I love, actually, I have, I know some of you might disagree with this, but I have quite enjoyed actually witnessing this in the collective. But what is happening in our outside world? So the way we react to external circumstances is a true direct relationship to what is happening inside of us. And this is really what I want to bring up today. So for example, if you started judging and if you were really pissed about the results and you started feeling, really disconnected and you said, that's it, I'm going to move, I'm packing my bags and that's it. I want you to reflect on how you are treating yourself. Could there be a part of you that is judging yourself? Could there be a part of you that wants to just pack her bag and leave her body? Is there a part of you that feels that internal chaos that you might be trying to avoid? Because when you really take the time to think about it, it's often what's happening. Often we get triggered by external events only because they are a mirror to what is happening inside of us. Now, this takes a big level of maturity. This is a big grown-up conversation. It takes a lot of maturity to be able to actually breathe and decide that what is happening outside is only here to serve us, is only here to help us actually discover more about ourselves. Because here's the truth. If you at any point thought that a president would come and save you, well, I'm sorry to break the news, but it's never happened. It never will. Now, of course, it can create positive or negative influence, absolutely. And it can create different laws and regulations that will have an impact on you. But at the end of the day, this election reflected how for way too long we have been living in fear. We've given our power away, thinking that forces that were considered better than us, our government, our medical system, big pharma, big food, big media, right? We've put those institutions on a pedestal. Now, what happens when we do that is every time we create a pedestal, automatically, that means we are lower. That means we have less power, correct? That is the assumption in the energy. So if I'm saying that a government or a president, an elected president, is suddenly becoming in a position of power that might actually influence my life, that's a very big statement. And it also sheds light on the level of disconnection that might be happening with ourselves. It might be shedding light on the places in our life where we have decided to give our power away. Like, how many of us are walking through lives not asking questions, accepting the status quo, just being content, taking new laws and regulations and not questioning them and just saying, there must be a reason why they're doing this. Like, I believe that one thing that this election showed us is that people are not willing to go through life like that anymore. And I believe that that's great news. And it actually doesn't matter what the outcome is. What matters is people crave change. People are starting to see that the institutions and their level of power is not okay. That there has been a lot of these institutions have taken advantage, oh my gosh, in such massive and disgusting ways that it is not okay anymore. And so I feel like this election was a beautiful mirror to witness ourselves, our behaviors, our relationship with judgment, but most importantly, our relationship with power and sovereignty. So if you felt really activated and triggered during that moment, I invite you to pause. I invite you perhaps to grab a pen and paper and journal today and reflect on, how could I increase my personal power? In what areas of my life could I have better sovereignty? What choices do I need to take right now in order to start walking into this direction? And of course, if I'm triggered by the lack of power in this election, that also means that there are areas in my life that are asking to be looked at that I've been avoiding. Right? So this is an opportunity. And I really think that this is a pivotal moment because this is an opportunity to look back at giving the power to ourselves because we are the only people that can save ourselves, period. If you have been led to believe that there is a higher source that will come and save you, it just means that you have this level, like it just means that there's an invitation for you to look at that. And it doesn't matter what you believe in, whether it's, God, religion, universe, mother nature, whatever it is, at the end of the day, you can absolutely believe in any of this, anything that rocks your boat, anything that keeps you motivated, anything that brings you light in your life is something good. But as long as you are sovereign in the 3D world, here and now, today, you still need to take actions. You still need to make choices. Are these in alignment with your desires? Are they in alignment with where you want to be? And most importantly, when you were in this election process and how you looked at it, were you on the sideline watching TV, pointing fingers and complaining? Or did you contribute in any way possible? And this is something that is very big in the energy of the collective right now. And I believe this is going to be completely amplified in 2025. Anybody who decides to stay passive, point fingers, and complain is really going to have a hard time through the big changes that we're heading for. So it is time right now to start being the change, embodying the change, contributing to the change you want to see in the world. So instead of thinking that there's only one person, one president that will be able to make that change, actually deciding to take actions here and now to impact, first of all, in your home, to model to your kids those changes that you want, those values that you believe in, and then to start seeing if you can create your community, support your community to help in the collective. Because this is something that I saw shifting in myself. The day I started believing that my 2 cents actually mattered, a lot of things opened up for me. The day I started believing that my opinion, my story, the solutions I had found, the product that helped me, anything that was a game changer for me, the day I started to believe that, you know what, I'm going to start sharing this. I'm sure it's going to help one person. Everything shifted. And here I am now, about to celebrate my first $1 million year. Can you realize this? Like, that is completely crazy to me. And the only reason why this was possible is because I gave myself permission to contribute, to give my 2 cents, to build my own audience, my own community, and to go in the direction that I want to see. So what I had to do is unplug from the mainstream media, unplug from all the fear, unplug from all the things I was shown was not possible, and decide to believe that I could. And that's literally what I did, because my message is not for the masses. My message is very, very conflicting and polarizing for the masses. They don't like to hear any of the stuff I share. And biohacking, like, I lose them. And so it is not aligned with mainstream media whatsoever. Yet I believe that there were people out there that were ready to hear this and to embody this and to start acting from that place. And that is what I want to invite you to consider. What are you sitting on right now that you are not sharing, that you are not using your voice, yet it puts you in a passive place, and it puts you in a place where you are not happy, you feel stuck, you feel like you're losing your freedom. And this is what I've noticed in the collective, is this election just came to stir up that energy. Like, Literally, that's how I saw it. It was like a little test, an opportunity, like a slap in the face to wake up. You got to contribute. You cannot just be complaining and be passive about everything. It doesn't work like this anymore. Especially if you are if you are craving freedom and sovereignty, it doesn't work anymore. You got to contribute. If you've been following me for a while, you know how obsessed I am with my morning routine. My morning ritual is really what sets me up for the day by raising my energy and opening the field of possibilities. Now, after being asked over and over again for all the juicy details of what do I do in my morning ritual, I decided to write an ebook about it. Now, this ebook, I promise it won't disappoint. I go in details into the 9 steps that I include every morning in my routine. Now, I do want to reassure you, you don't have to do all the 9 steps to gain any benefits, because in fact, the mere fact of wanting to create an intentional morning ritual, and even if there's only a single step in it, will actually open your field of abundance. And that is why I love my ritual so much. I have created this ebook so that you can actually contemplate and reflect and experiment with brand new things that you might never have considered adding to your routine. And trust me, this one will create momentum. That is my goal. And you are going to be invited at the end of the ebook to create your very own morning ritual based on what you learned in the ebook. Now, all of this is now finally available for only $11. You can message me with the word morning, and I will send you the link to get access right away to this incredible ebook that is going to add so much value to your day. Now, trust me, this one is too good not to miss. And hey, why not also gift it to someone that you care about? On your journaling date with yourself today, ask yourself, how can I contribute? Am I ready for it? What choices do I need to make? How can I step back into my power? How can I unplug from fear? What actions do I need to take? How do I need to tweak my routine? What do I need to do in order for this to happen? Because I tell you, you are on the verge of a big identity up level the day you realize this. So, my friends, this was my preaching moment. And I told you it wasn't going to be political whatsoever. It was really about sovereignty, freedom, contribution, disruption, being here to be the change, to embody the change we want to see in the world. It is time. You are being called higher. You are being called to step up, not only for yourself, for your family, for the collective, for the community, all of us. The day we're going to all start walking in that direction, oh boy, things are going to shift. And I know this day is coming. I'm here to be that beacon of light, that beacon of hope, because that's how I'm designed. I see hope. And I hope you can feel that in my energy. And I hope that I can be the embodiment, the living proof of this hope for you. So take me as an example and go and run with it. See how far you can go, because it is so worth it. There is nothing more fulfilling. It is so beautiful. And I wish that for you. I wish that level of personal power and sovereignty. And there's always room for improvement, but gosh, it is so yummy and delicious. So, my friend, go and journal, go and reflect, go and see where you have untapped opportunities. And gosh, do this before the end of the year. Imagine going into 2025 with this level of clarity, with this level of conviction. This is what we're here for. So I love you. Thank you so much for being here week after week. It matters to me. You have no idea, especially as we are ramping up to soon 100 episodes in the Energy Upgrade. It's just like, what? It's so cool. Thank you. And I will see you very soon. In fact, I will see you next week for another episode. See you soon. The information shared on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't provide any medical advice. Vanessa Grutman does not cure, diagnose, or treat disease. Please consult your physician before trying any new protocol or product.